Welcome to Zion Lodge. This lodge is located inside Zion National Park. It's the only lodge inside the national park and the only place with food service inside this national park. We're going to tell you everything that you need to know before you book a reservation or if you're just coming to visit for the day. This is a relatively understated lodge compared to many other national park lodges. It's certainly not as grand as the Ahwahnee at Yosemite, but just look at this setting. Being surrounded by the canyon, it is amazing. That's not to say that the original plans weren't a massive, grand lodge. In fact, they were. And Gilbert Stanley Underwood, who was the architect and who would later go on to do the Ahwahnee, actually was asked to do something a little more understated, something that the general public that were starting to come in their own private cars would be able to afford and appreciate. Okay, so on the left-hand side, we are passing Castle Dome Cafe. That is a quick service kind of restaurant that is open seasonally. This is also the gift shop that we're going to be passing on the left-hand side. Now we're coming towards the front of the lodge, and that up above that balcony, that is actually extra seating for the restaurant, which you'll see in a minute. And then you have all of these rocking chairs out front, which are usually packed with people. So now we are looking at the front of the lodge. Keep in mind, you can't drive up right in front of the lodge in order to go in and check in. You will going to need to park in a parking lot, but we're entering the front doors. This is going to be the lobby. It's not especially grand, but usually there's tons of people that are inside. This is going to be the front desk check-in. This is one of the few places that you can get cell phone connectivity and especially Wi-Fi within the national park. There is a gift shop here in the lodge as well as one at the visitor center. Those are the only two in the national park. So what you're seeing here is a map of where the lodging options are. There is no lodging within the main lodge. So you'll either have cabins or one of the two kind of hotel annexes like that you're seeing right here. So the rooms that are in those hotel-like buildings are going to have TVs and be a little bit more modern. The cabins are going to be a little bit more rustic. So everything is going to be there to the right-hand side of the main building where you are checking in. So as I had mentioned, you will not be able to drive up in front of the lodge. You're also likely not going to be able to drive up in front of your room, especially if you're staying in one of the two more hotel-like lodging options. And these definitely are more modern places to stay. The lodge opened in 1925. There was a fire that destroyed everything in 1966. It was rebuilt within 108 days. The lodge was rebuilt, but that is why everything takes on a little bit more of a modern feel rather than a more rustic feel because of the 1966 fire. And now we're walking through the pathways that meander through the cabins. Generally, there's going to be 4 cabins situated in one building block. I believe there's a few that are only 2 cabin rooms in each building, but generally there's going to be 4. One of the things that we really liked about the cabins was that there was parking right in front of the cabins. And for the disability access, there was parking like really close to that cabin that was right around the corner. So we did stay in a cabin for 3 nights. We stayed in cabin 523, and we will do a tour of that cabin. As you are looking at the weather, you can see as we approach cabin 523, there was one good sunny day and then the rest were cloudy. So I made sure to do this filming on the good sunny day. So you do have a porch outside with a bench, which was really nice to sit outside. And then you come inside, there's a screen door and a normal door. And then this cabin had 2 double beds. It was really nice and small and cozy. And it was exactly what we wanted. Very, very nice. It has a fireplace, which turns on with the push of a button. You don't have to put actual wood in there and stoke the fire. It was very warm. In fact, when we were running the fireplace, we were here in early March. It was getting quite cold outside, The fireplace got it so hot inside, we actually had to open the door to cool off the room. So don't worry about that. You've got a little microwave, a little kitchen setup in here where there is a sink and all kinds of drawers. I believe there was a small refrigerator in there as well. Then the luggage rack inside there's a connecting door there that you could have a connecting rooms. And then you have a bathroom with another sink, toilet, and shower, which actually had really great water pressure, by the way. Actually, for an older building, we were very happy with the bathroom facilities. They have their own toiletries, and you can actually buy those toiletries in the gift shop if you would like to do that. So let's talk connectivity. So at least in our cabin in 523, there was no connectivity inside. There was not a Wi-Fi network to get on. So whenever we wanted to get on the internet or text or anything, we needed to go to the main lodge. So I am showing you the remote control for the fireplace right now. If you're wondering why there's only double bed options in the room, I think we found it out. At least in our cabin, the layout is so small that the door could not completely open, and that was with a double bed. So this is one of the parking areas that's right in front of the cabins. It extends well beyond and goes towards those main hotel rooms as well. There is also another parking area by the shuttle area. There is no parking fee to park in this parking lot. Back in the main lodge in the lobby and to the right, there are stairs that go up to Red Rock Grill. There's also an elevator for elevator access. So this is what the main dining room looks like. There is also balcony seating, but that wasn't open during our stay. I took a few photos because the food was so good that I honestly forgot to take any video. So this chocolate cake was amazing, but we ate here several times and would highly recommend it. It's actually the only place to eat inside Zion National Park is coming to the lodge and getting food here. And this is going to be one of those places where you can come and get a drink. This is like a beer garden. Again, wasn't open while we were there because the weather was pretty bad, but you can come here, get a drink. A lot of people bring their bikes here. So you can visit the lodge and the facilities even if you are not staying here. There's not going to be like a parking fee or anything. So I am walking from the beer garden and I'm coming over to the shuttle stop. And then right behind is going to be access to a hiking trail. So these shuttles are probably the way that you are going to be getting to the lodge unless you are staying over the winter. The shuttle system is mandatory during most parts of the year, and this is where you will be getting dropped off if you are staying here. Now, if you do have a confirmed reservation at the lodge when the shuttle system is in place for this part of the national park, you will be allowed to bring your vehicle and park at the lodge. However, you won't be able to drive your vehicle in certain parts of Zion National Park. You will need to be taking the shuttles. Not all parts of the park have the shuttle being mandatory, just honestly the most popular parts. So while you're in the shuttle system, there is going to be water that you can refill your water bottles. There is bathroom facilities as there like I'm showing. And then you've got plenty of signage that tells you which line to get in, where the shuttle is going, where the stops are going to be. If you're here during the winter and are able to drive your vehicle throughout the park, you are going to be surprised at how early and quickly the parking areas for hiking trails fills up. So please be aware of that. Overall, this is a small but really mighty national park lodge, and you definitely do need to book in advance for the privilege and opportunity to stay here.